What's up, VC? NeedleGroove here, back for another vinyl video. This time show you something I picked up on Black Friday Record Store Day in November, which was Thanksgiving weekend in the US, but the Canadian record store or the Montreal record stores all do, I mean, they don't have a choice because Record Store Day has all these special releases, so the big stores all carry the releases. So I'm going to show you what I got. It's Miles Davis. I just picked up the two out of the three Miles Davis things that were released. I've been meaning to show them for a while, but hadn't got around to it. I also didn't actually get them until late December because my friend had gone in to pick them up for me. So the one that I wanted, which I got, first of all, I just want to say sorry for the reflection. It's dark here, not much light, so there will be some reflection. I'm recording this on my iPad. You might even see the reflection of the iPad, but that's how it is. So first one I got, Miles Davis, Blue Note. I love Blue Note. If you've watched some of my videos, you know I love Blue Note. So I wanted this. I mean, it's not collectible like the Blue Notes I love, but it was cool to have. So this is a piece of music I didn't have. It's Enigma. And they reproduced it on the Lexington label, which is what it was originally released on. So a piece of music that I don't have, that I'll never buy the original, or I'll never find the original. And if I did, I wouldn't be buying it. So, Blue Note on the Lexington. It's from '53. I think he was recording for Prestige at the time, but recorded this with Blue Note in between some Prestige sessions. This was in '54, May '52 and '53. Sorry. So that's sorry. Wow. Feeling a little under the weather. Throat is hurting me. Blue Note LP 5071, and you have J.J. Johnson, Jimmy Heath, Jackie McLean, Percy Heath, Oscar Pettiford, Gil Coggins, Art Blakey, and Kenny Clark. So depending on the track, you have different players on there, but you have Enigma, Kello, and Chance It. 2 takes of Chance It. So that's Miles Davis, Enigma. Next thing I got is the box set, Prestige 10-inch LP collection, volume 1. There's that reflection I'm talking about. So you can't really see. That's what the case looks like. Nothing too fancy, but it's a nice kind of textured case. And then has this slip with kind of a summary of what you get, and talks about the collective personnel. So the different LPs have different personnel on them. You got that listed. And then you have, oh yeah, I didn't even see, so you have in more detail here who plays on which tracks and when they were recorded. So the earliest of this was recorded in '49. The earliest Miles Davis, 51. So it goes from 51 to 54 from the earliest 10-inch here to the last one. So I'll show them to you quickly. Show you the different labels. You have 3 different looks for the Prestige labels here. So first one, Modern Jazz Trumpet. So this is not just Miles Davis, but Dizzy Gillespie and Fats Navarro as well. And this one is on, I guess, the first Prestige label. So they've reproduced it to look the same. It doesn't have the deep groove, but so just kind of the blue, simple, basic Prestige label. So 3 out of the 5 are on that, have that look to them. It's the first one. Then we have, so that one was PRLP 113. This is 124, Miles Davis, The New Sounds. Ira Gittler on the back with all that writing. So that's that. Third one, Blue Period. Also on that same label. Then you have Compositions of Al Cohn. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. And this one is on the Fireworks label. Blue Fireworks label. So this is not my favorite Miles Davis period, but it's historical and it's great music. I don't have a ton of Miles Davis LPs. When I started listening to jazz, I was collecting CDs, so I do, out of all the artists that I have, I would say on CD, I would say Miles Davis I have the most of. Coltrane's up there as well. but definitely the most Miles Davis, I would say. Oh no, Lee Morgan, probably. I have tons of Lee Morgan on CD. And this one, the last one, Prestige LP 161, Miles Davis Quartet, one of my favorite. Art Blakey on there, Max Roach is on here too, Horace Silver. And this one looks a little different as well. Also Fireworks label, but it's red. So this is pretty cool. Stuff that music that I didn't have in any form digitally on CD, and stuff I'll never get the original of. So I was happy to add that to the collection, and it's really nicely packaged. They've really reproduced it nicely the way the originals look. So I know some of you might not be your bag, the early Miles Davis, late early 50s, but I was happy to add it to the collection. So I've been on what Fred coined the term, I don't know if someone else had done it before, but a vinyl diet since my Boxing Day kind of bonanza, which I made 3 videos about. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. I told myself I wasn't going to buy records for a few weeks, but the other day I snuck into a record store while waiting for picking up some takeout. It was right next door, and I was there 5 minutes, and I managed to buy a record in the new releases, new arrivals section. I found one of my favorite Miles Davis albums that I didn't have on LP, only on CD, and it's a lesser known one. So this is Miles Davis Jazz Track, and the album that I'm talking about is the soundtrack on here. Side 1 is Elevator to the, well, they say Elevator to the Scaffold. L'ascenseur pour l'échafaud is the movie in French. But I do have the movie, and they say Elevator to the Gallows on the Criterion Collection DVD. So I did have the CD, L'ascenseur pour l'échafaud, which I loved when I bought this. Love this. You can hear it playing in the back. Slow, moody, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. I love listening to it. I've had people over for dinner. It's just very kind of smooth in the background as well. Great having a glass of wine, people over, drinks, some appetizers, whatever you like. And then side 2 is the Miles Davis Sextet. Coltrane, this is from '58, Cannonball Adderley, Bill Evans. There was an unreleased. This you already recognize was released. I've seen it. I see it everywhere. For Record Store Day a few years ago, they re-released this, a mono copy, and I hadn't bought it, but happy to find an original of this. This is a Canadian original, so 6i pressing, but the Canadian label is not as pretty looking as the American, in my opinion. All the Miles Davis LPs I have, which is not too many, are Canadian originals, which is why I don't have too many. I try to hold out for the originals. So slowly adding to my collection. As I see them when they're affordable, I'll buy them. So I'll show you guys what I have. But first of all, just wanted to show you this again. Elevator to the Gallows, L'ascenseur pour l'échafaud. If you haven't seen this movie and you like movies, it's a French movie, black and white, but it's killer. Fred, I'm sure you've seen this. Maybe you haven't, but my feeling is that you've seen this. Anyone else that know this movie? I went and found it because I love the soundtrack so much, and I was blown away. It's a really good movie. Louis Malle, I don't know how you would say that, M-A-L-L-E, and I speak French, but anyway. So I'll show you quickly the other Miles Davis LPs that I have while I'm doing this Miles Davis video. Like I said, I don't have a ton. I'd love to see what you guys have in terms of Miles Davis. Some of you jazz collectors in the VC, I know you probably have fat stacks of Miles Davis LPs, originals, stuff to make my jaw drop, so show me what you got. So what I got is Sketches of Spain, going in chronological order. Well, I'll try to. You guys know the music, I don't talk about it. Love this record, one of the first Miles Davis that I really kind of got to listen to and like, other than After Kind of Blue. This one, I just have the LP. There's a story behind this one. This is Miles Davis in person, Friday Night at the Black Hawk Volume 1. So that's what for those of you who don't know, the 6i Canadian pressing, that's what they look like. They're not the red and black, they're this burgundy, wine color, and silver. This one I actually was in Toronto, picked out of a dollar bin, a Kind of Blue jacket and I didn't look inside. I looked inside just at the condition. I was like, oh, not so bad, and I just took it as I was paying at the cash. And I got home and realized that it wasn't kind of blue. So kind of bummed about that. It would have been nice for $1, but not realistic. So still a great deal. This is a great record that I didn't know, so I was happy to discover it. And now I have a kind of blue jacket that I have in a frame that sometimes you guys see over there next to my records on the wall. So this was a great live album that I discovered for $1. Next, another live one. Miles Davis at Carnegie Hall. Hank Mobley, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers, Jimmy Cobb, and Evans and his 21-piece orchestra. Original, like I said, all Canadian originals. Miles Davis, 7 Steps to Heaven. I don't know that one as well. Didn't have that one on C. I should listen to it some more. This I've shown, found that recently. Miles Davis, 4 and More, another live one. Some later, getting into the later stuff. Miles Smiles. Love this. There's a slower track on here. I think it's Circle on side 1, which I absolutely love. And then lastly, you guys know it, know what it is. Don't need to tell you. Bitches Brew, Gatefold. For those of you back more into the fusion side of Miles Davis, the 70s stuff. Anyway, that's my Miles Davis collection. That's my Black Friday purchases. Not something I'm huge on, but just, I don't know, kind of interested in me, so I bought them. And this in the back is the soundtrack, Elevator to the Gallows. Definitely check that out if you don't know it. Whether you're a Miles Davis fan or not, I recommend it. Leave a comment down below, as Jeff, Glowing Cabbage, that's what you always say. Leave a comment down below. But I'd love to hear what you guys think, and I would love to see your Miles Davis collection if you have one. So show me what you got, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.